Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for my Quick Tip Thursday. And do you guys know this is episode number 79? I have given you 79 quick tips. That's amazing to me. I think I started it on January, um, like the 1st of 2024. So almost 2 years worth of quick tips. Anyway, my quick tip for today has to do with fussy cutting and the white edges around an image when you fussy cut. And I'm going to show you my favorite way to get rid of them. Whenever you print an image on copy paper, and I think I've told you my favorite copy paper for printing my digital kits on is Hammermill 32-pound paper. It's a high quality paper, and I think my images come out really nice. For everyday printing, just like for an invoice or schedules, whatever it may be, I just use the Amazon basic paper, or I go to Walmart and buy the Walmart brand, just the cheapo kind. But for digitals, for my journals, I want a high quality paper. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. I have been having the best time working on Christmas journals. I may have told you, and you guys probably do something similar, but I have a big tub that all of my Christmas supplies are in. And I'm just getting a phone call from my daughter, so I'm going to put the camera on hold and I'll be right back. So I finished cutting that out, and then let's just cut out this Santa here with the gifts. But anyway, yes, so all my Christmas stuff is in a big tub that I keep underneath my craft desk. And so when I'm ready to start making Christmas journals, especially a December daily, all I have to do is pull that big tub out and everything is there in one spot. So it really makes it easy. I have done a December daily every year since I started making journals, meaning I have created one and I've written in it. So if you don't know what a December daily is, it's basically what it says. It's a journal where every day during the month of December, you have a writing space and you jot stuff down. You can put everything in there from pictures to, maybe gifts that you receive to gifts that you need to buy, lists, whatever. So it's been fun to do that. But anyway, and I'm sure you guys know this. When you fussy cut, you turn the paper, you don't turn the scissors. You'll get a better cut doing it that way. Almost done here. This is way close to the edge here. This is a cute picture of the Santa. Well, yesterday was Halloween, Oh, actually, so I'm filming this on this Saturday after Halloween, and then it will air on the Thursday. So almost a week later. I was just, like I said, doing some ephemera, making some ephemera, and I started using the tip I'm going to show you, and I thought, I went back through the list of my quick tips, and I thought I may have mentioned it in the video, maybe a journal making video, but I actually haven't done that as a quick tip. So I thought, well, let me just have that as a quick tip. Okay. So when you are fussy cutting and you have an image like this where there's a lot of white around it, my tip is to use a Copic marker. This is an alcohol marker to get rid of that white around the edge. And this one here, it is the number E31. I find it is the best color to get rid of that white. Now, there are, in these Copic sketch, there is a brush side, and then, or what's that called? This is the brush side. I can't remember what that's called. But anyway, I use the brush side. And what I do is I just take the marker and lay it down and go around the image. And that gets rid of all of that white. Now here where there's this holly or foliage, I'm also going to go in there because otherwise it's going to look funny to have the edge one color and the full foliage another color. So do you see how I did that? Just go all the way around. Do you see how that is just working so perfectly to get rid of that white edge? Now, I know many of us have also used vintage photo to color the edge, but there's a couple of spots, like for instance, right in here where that package is, it would be hard to get your vintage photo applicator in there. But this pen, this brush marker goes in there beautifully. See, that covered that up very nicely. And then also here, I'll show you another little area. Right in here, between his hat and the background. I think I need to do a little bit more in here. There you go. Now look at the difference in that from before. Then if you want to, you still can bring in your vintage photo to go a little bit around the edges. That sometimes helps them to stand out a little bit more. But the other white parts got covered up. Let's see, I missed a little bit in here. Looks like I didn't get that all covered. Okay. So anyway, that's my quick tip. Let's do this kind of a couch, this vintage couch here. Yeah, my daughter had called. She always calls me when she is on her way somewhere. She calls me on the car phone because she's busy. She's got teenagers and she's taking them here and there and going to golf games and football games with them and taking them to birthday parties and she's cooking and cleaning and all of that stuff. And so she doesn't have time to really chit chat a lot when she's at home. She's got time when she's driving somewhere. So that's usually when she calls me. Let's do our Christmas tree. We might as well do everything, and then we're going to do a little bit of decorating. Some pockets. Too. So yeah, so not much is going on here. My son's off work today. And so my girl, Miss Fiona, she's laying in bed with him. He gets off work kind of late, so he sleeps late. And so normally when he's at work, she would definitely be next to me underneath my craft desk. But because he's off of work today, she's laying in bed with him. So, yeah. Do you see how perfect that is? Yeah, how that just takes away those white spots so perfectly. I love this. This is a fantastic color. This is a good color. Now let me show you something you should also purchase. Now, like I said, this is in the description box, this color here. And I think it's like $5. It's definitely less than $6. And what I do recommend is also buying the refill, because you can refill these markers, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, when I looked on Amazon for this one, it did not have the refill in Amazon. But if you look just kind of online, I want to go the other way. I like taking this other tip off because it's a little more sturdy. I very seldom use that tip, but pulling it off with my hemostats doesn't damage that brush marker. So this is the same. You want to make sure that you've got the same color. And so there are different kind of bottles. It's been a while since I've opened this, so come on. There we go. It's a twist off. Yeah, it got kind of dried there, so it's kind of hard. But all you do is drop the refill into the barrel here. And I don't know exactly how many drops I need to fill this up with. It's pretty, it felt like it was already pretty moist. You can tell by the brush end if it's getting dried out. The other thing I do is this one did feel dried out, even though I don't use it that much, but I I'm going to put a drop or two of that one on there. And then it just screws back on top. And then you just slide this back in. Nope, the other way. You just slide that in there. And then if you lay it on its side, the ink goes through the whole barrel. So anyway, so let's use these images to decorate some things. And actually, I need to also color these, the brush tip. So see, like right in here, you could cut that out, but I think just doing this is fine. Yeah, definitely with this one, I'll probably want to take my vintage photo and kind of go around it a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that fantastic, you guys? I know there's different colors and different types of alcohol ink brushes. I think Arteza has a brand. Tombow has one. But when I was making cards, before I started making journals, I bought a bunch of these Copic markers, and so I have those. Okay, like I said, I wanted to go around this one a little bit just to help it stand out. I don't like I think I told you, I don't like inking a ton. I mean, I do a little bit, but if you put too much, it just kind of makes your image look dirty as opposed to just aged. Let's see if we can do a little bit of here. Oh, you know what'd be fun on here? Putting some glossy accents over those bulbs. I will probably do that. Oh, let's just go around and do everything. Well, I've got it in my hand. There we go. Did I do Santa? I think I had done a little bit of him, but since I re-inked the applicator here, it's a little bit more showing up. Okay, now we've done that. All right, let's decorate some pockets. And I had already created a couple of things. One is a wraparound pocket. You take a book page, you fold it in half, and I always fold down the bottom and the top. That strengthens it. And then what you would do is, let me just take this, just in case this is an example. If this was a page of a journal, what you would do is you would glue this to the page, and you would glue here and here, and then you would have a little pocket there, and then you turn the page, and then you would have a top loading pocket. So that's how these work out. And let's see, what images do I want? I thought Santa, he's kind of big there. Okay, that would go nicely there. The Christmas tree. So let's do that. I think this one is just about empty. I may have a little bit of glue still in this glue stick. I had already pulled another one out because I knew it was getting low. Yeah, that's probably it on that one. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over. I thought Santa would fit there. However, I think I need to ground him on something. Let me pull out some labels. And another glue book. Let's see what labels we have. I do have some Christmas labels. Oh, you know what else would work good is some washi tape. That would also be a possibility. Now he's red, so I would probably want to do a green one. Where are my green labels? There they are. But I don't know if they're the right color of green that I want. And I need a fairly long one, so I don't think that's going to work. Let me look at my washi tape instead of a label. We may still put a label up there, but let's see what washi tape. Now here's some that kind of look like the forest. And it's tiny little deers. I don't know if that's good because it just doesn't look quite so proportioned to have that little bitty deer there. Let's see here. I think this one. Let's put a little bit of this down. Okay. That will ground him a little bit. And remember, washi tape is not meant to be permanent, so you always want to add a little extra glue to your washi. And this is how I apply glue to washi. I just open up my thing and run it across. Okay, and then let's glue our Santa down. Don't need that, don't need that. We can get that out of the way. I think I maybe need another piece. I think it looks kind of funky there to have that writing in between there. So let's put just another little piece here. Yeah, that looks better there. Target changed the packaging of their purple glue. I hope they didn't change the glue itself because I liked the Target glue. If you recall, I don't think it was a quick tip. I think it was one of my regular videos. I did a review of, I think it was 15 different glue sticks, and the Target was one of the winners. And then we also maybe will want a label. Whoops, I got to move him over. Move over, Santa. There we go. Okay, we maybe want a little bit of something there. We could do this Merry Christmas. Let's see, what do we have? I've got some stickers here. There's some extra. I do like this Merry Christmas. How does, oh, that comes off nicely. Let's just put that up in the corner. I don't know if those will stick well, so that's why I added a little extra glue there. I'm going to back out a little bit just to make sure that I'm in frame the whole way. Yeah, I like that. And then we could put something up there. Let's see what other little stickers I have. I got the car. I got another Merry Christmas. Let's just put another little Merry Christmas on there. I probably got these stickers from the washi tape shop. They have high quality stickers. Okay, so that's that one. And then I have another one here. Now this is, it was part of a file card, and I backed it with some green paper. But to me, that looked like a room, like wallpaper. So I thought we could put the couch there, and then that there, and then the Merry Christmas here. But again, we need to ground this couch. Book page. Let's just, I've got some book page over here to the right of me. Yeah, let's just use some of this. And let's add that. I think that will probably look okay. Yeah, just something for that couch to sit on. Okay, and then now the couch. Do you see how the alcohol on the back kind of does go through? But yeah. Okay, and then our wreath. And this would be nice tucked into a pocket, especially a side pocket, because that would stick out. I'm going to use liquid glue for this just to make sure it stays down good. Okay, so that's that. And then I had one more little pocket that I had created, and I thought about the gifts, but I also thought about this fireplace, but it looks like I need something else. Okay, once again, let's bring in some washi and see. Oh, you know what might be fun is Merry Christmas across there. Let's see what this would look like, if it's going to be long enough. Oh yeah, it will. I don't know if I can get that little elf person in there. Let's just use this. And we'll have the fireplace sitting on the word Merry Christmas. My hands are sticky, so it when I lifted my hand, it came up. I may want to cut out another wreath. I know I've got more wreaths. I may want a little wreath. Over on this picture too. Okay, I like that. And then this side, let's do the gifts. And you know what? I'm going to look to see if I also have a small tree. Let me tell you about this. This is called Sunflower Sanders, 12 Days of Christmas. Let's see if there's a little tree. I think it needs a tree with those presents. No tree there. No tree there. Let's see. I'm just looking through my folder here to see if there's a tree. Oh, you know what? Oh, here's one. But I don't know, it may be too big. Oh, well. Ooh, it's got the same gifts on it. What do I have over on the other side? A fireplace. Let me just do a rough cut of this and see if it'll fit there. It may not. It may be too big. I may have to look for another tree. Is that going to fit? I think it will. Let's just fussy cut this out. I just felt like the gifts was just too small. We're going to do another tree. I will fast forward through this fussy cutting here. Yeah, I may have to cut this even further in. Okay, and then let me ink around this. I've gone around it with my Copic marker and took out all the white, and so now let's glue this down on our little pocket. And then we'll add another little embellishment to this fold around pocket. And it's got to come down pretty far and over to the left, because that star is sticking out there. Okay, and then what I thought I would do is, let's bring in the washi tape again. I've got a couple, like I've got this Merry Christmas one here. I thought that would be cute down this side if it will fit. Let's see. It's a really nice thin one. Oh yeah, that's going to work. And actually, it will even have a little bit of that holly there. Okay, let's add that. That's cute. Let's see, will it go up here? It will. Let's put it up here so it's the correct orientation as opposed to being down the side. And then I had some of this that I might put down this side here, just to give it a little more color. Let's see, we're going to go there. This is really thin washi here. Again, I'm not quite sure where I got it. You know what's kind of ringing a bell is Target. It's so thin that I'm probably getting glue everywhere on my fingers. Okay. Grab a hold of it, pull it through. Grab a hold of it, pull it through again. I want to make sure that there's enough glue that it doesn't fall off. Okay, it's going to go down this side. Yeah, that adds a little bit of color there. Oh yeah, I like that. I probably wish I had done a different, like a solid Merry Christmas underneath there. Could I add it? Add something? You can't hardly see it, but it's got to go underneath there. I'm going to just leave it be. I'm going to put a little bit here of this, just to kind of bring a little bit of color over here. And then we will take a look at what we created today for our Quick Tip Thursday. Yeah, again, that adds a little bit of color. All right, get that out of the way, close this up. If I don't wipe that off, it'll glue and it'll be hard to get that open. All right, so we've got a couple of wraparound pockets. I'll just show you how they'll go. One is like that. We've got our little fireplace. And then if you would turn the page, you would have that. And then we made this one. And remember, I think I had mentioned earlier in the video that I would put glossy accents there, but instead I used stickles. And this is what stickles is. And I've got two. I've got this red one and I've got this Christmas green one. These are fantastic. Stickles are from Ranger. One is called Christmas Red and the other one is called Holly. I will look on Amazon to see if I can find them to link them for you guys too if you're interested in them. And then the other side is our Santa. And my stickles are not completely dry, so let me open that up. And then this is our next card, like a journaling card with our vintage or antique looking chair, a wreath, and a Christmas there. So anyway, I hope this helped you. I hope this was a good quick tip, you guys, for getting that white out of fussy cutting images. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner, and I will see you guys on Saturday for our Slow Stitch Saturday. Thanks and bye-bye.